I am Willie Munoz, and we're going to do category 1, all the things. So we're going to have a patient go face down for me. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to do prone leg length analysis test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the patient's legs out. The patient, go ahead and hold there for me. I'm going to push your legs in. Okay. Go ahead and do it again. I'm going to hold for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. All right. And we're going to bring the patient's legs in, looking at the medial malleoli. And we see that the left malleoli is higher, so that we know that the left leg is the short leg. Okay. And then from there, we're going to move into trap fiber analysis. So we're going to go to the head of the table, and we're going to palpate first. We're going to start with the V of the shoulder, and we're going to work our way medially. So this would be number 1, and then we'll find T1, go lateral to that, about 3/4 of an inch. That'll be 7, and then we'll go in between 1 and 7, and we have 4, and then obviously between those two, we have 2 and 5. So from there, what we want to do is basically on both sides, we want to palpate those spots, asking the patient which one's tender. We look for the most tender spot on one side or the other. That tender spot correlates to, so say if we had a 4 on the trap fiber, that would correlate to a 4, C4 here, a T6, and a L2. So then we'll go down to those spots and we'll palpate those, looking for the most tender spot. When we find the most tender spot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adjust that, right? So I'm going to take my knife edge contact, say it was T6, that was the most tender. I'm going to have a knife edge contact, and I'm going to adjust with a I to S thrust. And then you could go back in and palpate and check and see where we're going to go with that. Next would be heel tension. So with our heel tension, basically I'm just going to take the patient's heels. I'm going to bilaterally bend them down. I'm looking for the most restricted. I can also palpate the Achilles tendon, and I'm looking for a fat, whichever one's fatter. So that would be the most tender side. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend the legs down, and I'm going to have the patient turn their head left and to the right. And what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for the legs to bump up. So both of these do bump up, which would indicate that we had an issue with that leg itself. So then from there, if he did have a problem, I would go to the long leg, and I would traction the long leg. Can I have you grab the top of the table for me? Okay, so he's grabbing the table. I'm going to traction the long leg for 5 seconds. And then I'm going to go to the short leg, and I'm going to traction the short leg while having the patient go through the full range of motion. Can I have you turn to the left and turn to the right? Okay. All right, so we did that. And then from there, I'm going to go to the heels, and I'm going to tension them down, and I'm going to have the patient turn to the side that was messed up. So turn your head to the right for me, and then I'm going to hold that for 10 seconds. And then after 10 seconds, I'll let go. Have the patient turn to the center. And then I'll heel tension again, turn to the right. I'll heel tension for another 10 seconds. And we'll do that 3 times. Then you could go back and recheck. Okay, turn your head to the left for me. And to the right for me. And you would look to make sure that both of them do bump up. And they do. From there, we'll go to major or major sign. So from here, we're going to actually utilize our fingers and our thumbs. So this one, we're going to do Davis contracture, which I'm going to start at around L4, L5-ish. I'm going to go out laterally 3 inches. I'm going to compress immediately. And what we're looking for is the fatter side, which is going to be your stronger side, and that's going to be your major side. You can also do Davis stretch, which is using your thumbs, which is more of an acute situation, which would cause illicit pain in an acute situation. Also, for this, we can utilize our I think that's it, right? Okay, so we know our major side is on the right. Then we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to block for cat 1. Actually need some blocks. So what we're going to do is we know that the patient's long leg or short leg is on his left side. So we're going to go ahead and set him up with blocks. And these are going to be our blocks here. So if the patient's leg is the short leg over here, we're going to go ahead and block the trochanter 45 degrees superiorly. And we're going to block his right side at the ASIS going inferiorly. 45 degrees. So the blocking obviously would be just like this. So what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to monitor the patient. I'm looking at the legs. I want to make sure that the short leg does not go shorter. So I'm going to leave patient on the blocks for about up to a max of 10 minutes. So checking them every 3, 5, and 7 minutes. Okay. So after we balance the body using the blocking for cat 1, we'll move into crest and dollar sign. So with the crest and dollar sign, again, the crest sign is a myogenic, and we're going to use the contracture or Davis stretch and contracture and find the major or the more tonic side. So we know that the right side would be our crest sign. So we got a crest sign, and the way we want to do is block for the crest sign that's on the right, and we want to do that. Okay, so now we got the major sign, and what we want to do is we want to adjust for that. So basically, you can't adjust over a block. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the other. We're going to stay on this side, and we're going to do the PS or the ish tube toggle on this side. Okay. And then we're going to go around here and do a, I guess, just dropping off the ilium. Okay, and that would be our set. And our 3 rules is you don't adjust over a block, never pull a block, and
major side.
Yeah,
major side first.
And it always set on the major side first. Okay. So that was crest sign. So dollar sign. Dollar sign, we're going to go ahead and go 3 inches, 3 inches lateral to the PSIS, or actually 2 inches lateral to PSIS, 3 inches down. And we're going to palpate here. And what we're looking for is the more mushy side. So we have a side that rebounds well, and this is the mushy side. So this is going to be the side that we're going to want to adjust on. So again, the 3 things of adjusting or setting would be never set over a block, never pull a block to set, and always adjust on that major side itself. Okay. So our major side was the right side. I'm sorry, is the left side. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, so what we're going to do here is we can't adjust over this block. So we want to come up here and do a PSIS toggle. Okay. So we'll toggle the PSIS, and then we'll go to the other side, and we're going to do a glute scoop. Okay, and then again, we'll go back and monitor and make sure that that mushy side clears out. And another thing you want to do before we actually set both on the major or on the crescent dollar sign is you want to actually knead or gird or goad. You want to goad the weak side and recheck to see if it's changed. If not, then we would actually go to the adjusting portion of it. So now we'll do sacral base. So sacral base, we'll take our thumb and we'll put it on L5. We'll ask the patient to cough violently. And then what we're looking for is a translation of our thumb. If the thumb goes forward or up towards the head, that is going to be a negative. If it goes straight up, it's going to be a positive. And if it goes in between those, it's going to be a neutral. Okay, so patient, let's just say the patient has a negative. So it's going up towards the head. That would correlate with the sacral base. And what we want to do is we want to take this block and we want to move this block down here, down into the trochanter. So we got both blocks facing superiorly. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to contact the sacral base and I'm going to have the patient breathe in. And then upon exhalation, I'll apply pressure and then breathe in. And then on exhalation, I'll apply pressure, then breathe in. And on exhalation again, I'll apply pressure. So after doing that, you're going to check the spine for the vasomotor response. And that vasomotor response is you're looking for an area of redness or heat or anything like that. Then you want to palpate that area, and you're looking for the most superiorly tender spinous process. And then from there, I would contact that, and then I would contact the cervical, and we're looking for a balancing, and then so that pressure would cause a balancing to happen, and you're looking for like a tackiness or sweaty kind of feel on the cervical spinous process, and then you know you achieved your balancing of the sacral base.